The wronged concubine was overwhelmed by despair and threw herself into the deep well in the palace. But to her astonishment, when she opened her eyes again, she found herself in the modern society 1,000 years later. Everything in front of her filled her with intense fear. Just as she was at a loss, a woman dressed in ancient-style clothing approached her. It turned out the woman was an enthusiast of traditional costumes. She thought the concubine's outfit was extremely beautiful, so she stepped forward to ask where she had bought it. During their chat, the concubine roughly learned about modern lifestyles. She was particularly excited when she saw the palace intrigue novel in the woman's hand, as it told the story of a woman who rose from a maid to become an empress. Upon seeing how much the concubine loved the book about palace struggles, the woman proudly claimed she had read all such books and that if she traveled back to ancient times, she could definitely become an empress. Overjoyed by this, the concubine immediately begged the woman to take her to find more books on palace intrigue. The woman then took her to a bookstore. When the concubine saw the numerous palace intrigue books in the store, she immediately told the owner she wanted to buy all of them. She then pulled out a gold coin to pay, a gesture that made the woman realize the concubine might truly be from ancient times. The woman gave her a bottle of perfume, saying it could attract countless butterflies for her. After they left, the concubine jumped back into the deep well with her purchased books, and sure enough, she returned to the ancient palace in the next second. At that moment, her maid happened to find her and begged her not to commit suicide. To the maid's shock, the concubine, who had been utterly desperate just moments before, was now full of confidence. She swore she would become the most noble empress. From then on, the concubine stayed in her room reading the novels she had brought back from modern times. After mastering all the palace intrigue skills in the books, she decided to use the inferior charcoal the empress had given her to create a chance to meet the emperor. She deliberately told her maid to set fire to her room. As expected, the fire immediately drew the emperor's attention. The concubine then seized the opportunity to rush out of the burning building, pretending to be pitiful as she threw herself into the emperor's arms, clutching tightly the hairpin the emperor had given her long ago. At that moment, the maid also spoke up, explaining that the concubine had already escaped the room but had rushed back in to retrieve the hairpin. This series of actions deeply touched the emperor, who immediately took her back to his own quarters. This was only the first step in the concubine's journey to becoming the new empress. From then on, she continued to travel to modern times through the deep well, learning more palace intrigue skills. 3 months later, the concubine accidentally learned that the emperor had grown tired of the empress's appearance. She then told her maid to fetch the perfume the woman had given her, hoping that the butterflies it attracted would make the emperor fall completely in love with her.